Alright, what the hell? It's still morning. I'm still in traffic. I don't know if it's people being idiots over this so-called hurricane that's hitting the UK or what's going on, but traffic is nearly at a standstill. So I've got a bit more time before I get to work. I'm going to go ahead and jump into another topic about Changeling. Now this one, because it came up in the group chat last night. Some of the people after the game were talking about the next game. And I want to talk about how I handle the Sluagh. Now, this is likely to have caused a bit of confusion among my players, because what the book says the Sluagh are, and what kind of traditional mythos and most other areas say the Sluagh are, is very different. Very different. Basically because the writers of Changeling wanted to include the Sluagh as an option for Seelies. They wanted to make them either Seelie or unseelie. And in doing so, what they did was they watered down their mythos. They didn't necessarily break it, but they watered it down. They made them a lot more tame than what they were. They're more dark, brooding, silent, whispering figures, rather than what they are in the mythos, which is the scary shit that comes in the night. Now, people will also point to the bogies among the Thulain that are kind of the dark mirrors of the Sluagh. As far as I'm concerned, the Sluagh don't need a dark mirror. They are everything else's dark mirror. I don't allow Sluagh in the Seelie court. That's not to say that one of them cannot have Seelie inclinations within himself, but the Seelie court sees them as beings of nightmare and does not let them in. The Sluagh also have their own court, which is basically the court of the Wild Hunt. Anyone familiar with mythology will know that the Wild Hunt was supposed to be a horde of dark fae that would rampage through the sky and sweep down into houses and steal children and murder people in their beds. The Wild Hunt was said to hunt Oathbreakers. A lot of the stories that you get of the hellhounds and the demon dogs howling in the night were all attributed to signs of the Wild Hunt. And the court of the Wild Hunt is not just the Sluagh, although it is known as the Sluagh court. It consists of all of the kind of darkest bits of the Fae. Now understand, we are talking about changelings, but when we're talking about the Fae courts, it is really the Fae side of the changelings that we're addressing. Now the Sluagh court consists of, obviously, Sluagh, bogies, bogarts, beasties. Many of the Thulain kiths find their way into the Sluagh court because it is the court of shadows. It is the darkest of the dark Fae. Now, again, when I'm saying dark, I don't mean evil. Self-serving, greedy, undisciplined, a lot of the time, yes. But not evil. They can be evil, but a lot of the things that go on there are things that they don't actually, things that objectively a human might call evil, but by their own sensibilities, by their own rationality, are not. you know. The Wild Hunt can be called to battle or to attack someone. Very often, if a changeling noble, excuse me, if a changeling noble is named an Oathbreaker, then a Wild Hunt will often be called to hunt them down if they run. And members of the Court of the Wild Hunt, within a certain range, which is determined by the intensity of the call, are compelled to answer the call of the hunt. The dreaming itself impresses upon them the urgency of this call. And the Wild Hunt will come together, will hunt down the Oathbreaker, and will kill them. And then they'll just return to their normal lives. The Wild Hunt and the Sluagh are something that is mentioned in the Changeling books, but is very much reduced, and I don't play it that way. I play the Sluagh as the nightmares they should be. Yeah, there we are. That is the Sluagh Court, aka the Court of the Wild Hunt, also known as the Court of Nightmares. I think that'll cover it now. I'm just about caught up to getting off the motorway to work. Have a good day.